Welcome to the Lorehounds. This is not brain surgery. It's Nietzsche. I don't know. I couldn't think of any good lines to pull from the episode for our little intro joke today, John. Did you get your 16 gauge needle on your Dunkin' order?
Oh boy. His barista has to be his favorite person in the world, right? I hope he's a good tipper.
I certainly hope so. And I'm 100% in agreement that no cake is not cool. Like if you're having if you're having a leaving do, you need cake.
Yep, that's right. But I need cake. He was so distraught.
Exactly.
It wasn't about Robby. He was like, I need cake. I was expecting cake to go with my Dunkin'. Maybe he ordered a special Dunkin' that goes well with cake.
Paired for the cake.
You know, the coffee pairing. I'm sure. Look, Dunkin' Donuts is not made for coffee pairings, but
no, it's made for diabetes inducement. Anyway,
well, you can get. I've gotten black coffee from. There's a Dunkin' Donuts in my work building. I get a black coffee from there. It's the same 0 calories or 10 calories as any other black coffee.
I need to be extremely careful because I live in the Northeast, and if I come too hard at Dunkin', then I may get kicked out.
That's true.
They may throw me out of New England. So anyway, I'm David.
I'm John.
And this is our coverage of episode 13 of season 2 of the Pitt, 7 p.m. Email to ptmc@thelorehounds.com. If you have any doctor's notes to put in our patient records. And as always, there are links in the show notes to all of our affiliates, to our Discord server, to anything else that you need to know about us. John, you want to tell the folks a little bit about the show guide?
Yeah, I was using it today to look up the names of people. So thank you for, again, putting that together. You, Nancy, everybody else who's been contributing.
Nancy's really in charge of it now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's Nancy's show guide. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. She's the hospital admin.
The thing
season
that I really like, too, about it, not to, pat ourselves too much on the back, but if somebody is regularly searching any other fandoms out there, Star Wars or any other sci-fi stuff, you inevitably, even the Pit has one of these, you inevitably end up at these fandom websites that are unusable because of the number of ads. The ads have ads, right? And you can't actually get to the content. You scroll one wheel notch and you get 5 more pop-ups. It's annoying.
And it matters less for, the Pit, but in those fantasy shows, a lot of them are like riddled with spoilers. Right. A lot of the wikis, and we try to keep it just up to date with the show, with our show guides. Anyway, that doesn't apply to the Pit, so we don't have to go too much on it.
But the point is that if you need to look up a doctor or a patient or something like that, and you don't want to get bombarded with ads, the show
free
guides.
VPN.
That's right.
For only $13.99 a month.
That's right. I just am so immune to all of it now. It's just such a cacophony.
Yeah.
Anyway, a couple of quick things. I had a conversation with our chief medical correspondent, Sarah Z. Yeah,
it was great. I heard it.
Yeah,
very nice.
It is
Thanks for
in
doing
your
that.
feeds now. You can go back and grab that. And hopefully we can have Sarah on at the end of the season. Maybe you can join. We can get the scheduling working so that the 3 of us can chat. Because I want her to talk about some medical procedures. Because I'm going to secretly record you, and I'm going to make GIFs out of your reactions.
Oh my God. We're only doing video on the Cosmere so far.
Okay.
You want my face, you got to agree to do video with me.
I'm going to put my cell phone just below the level of the camera and then record the screen.
You could probably just screen record and I wouldn't know the wiser either, but
that's true.
Yeah.
The other news is that there's casting news, and I was trying to wait until I don't think we should say anything here.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say anything on that.
No, a news item came out talking about stuff. I was going to try and wait for the end of the season before I read that stuff, but then I was scrolling Reddit, and of course, boom, right there.
I would say the news is a spoiler for the show,
agreed.
And so you should probably avoid that if you can.
Yeah, so we're not going to be talking about that. That's really what I wanted to say about the casting news, is that we're not going to talk about what's in that news. So
yeah. So David, what'd you think of the episode?
Ooh, I was thinking a lot about what you said the other episode. which is if they wrap up this season without a major mass casualty incident and all this kind of stuff, it will have been enough.
Yeah. Again, not every season needs to hang dong.
I'm exhausted. Is that a new
This is the dong test.
Okay. You've got a framework. You've invented a framework.
No, let's not actually do that.
But I'm exhausted, man. And I think that's the point of the show, right there. This is the show does a lot of on the nose, not finger wagging, but oh yes, and this happens to 6 out of 14 people, on a regular basis, whatever.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah, they tell us all of this expositional stuff. But other than that, it's very grounded in reality. And if the reality of this show, of this season is, this is what it's like working in an emergency department in a busy city on a holiday weekend, and the doctors walk out, the doctors and the nursing staff and the environmental staff too, right? And the security staff. I mean, there's a whole world of people that we're not even interacting with. If they walk out of their shift completely exhausted, that's what we're feeling. That's what I'm feeling. And I know we talk about episode, the total number of episodes in a season a lot on the show. Was it too much? Was it too little? We're only getting 8 and 10 now, and they used to do 20, something like that. And I will say, as at least as a podcaster, from a podcaster's point of view, the 8 to 12 episodes per season is the sweet spot for me, because
it is a little long. Yeah. I think we've been spoiled by these 8 episode seasons.
Exactly. And when they're emotionally, they're mashing my emotional buttons on every episode. Like this episode, I just felt so many times where they were just like, bomb, bomb, bomb,
Yeah. But it's also nice to have that routine for it's a quarter of the year, right? We basically, for a quarter of the year, we have this show, which is nice. That's
true. That is also nice. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just sort of observing.
Yeah.
And not unlike Dr. Langdon, first day back, it's like, ooh, this is our first, full coverage of the Pitt, of a season. And so 15 is a lot.
It's just as exhausting as working in the ER.
Exactly. The only other thing I have to say...
Tell that to your doctor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sitting at a desk with a microphone. Oh, man. The only other thing that really got me... I mean, we'll talk about the episode, but the only thing that really got me in this episode was that the shredder was sitting so close to the scanner. And there was at one point... I thought, oh no, they shredded something that wasn't scanned, and that's going to be a big thing. And then it wasn't, but I just got all freaked out by it. So,
did you see Santos break though when Mel finally kicked the scanner? Mm-hmm. Santos breaks, and you could see her turn away and start laughing.
And I think that's just one of those little lovely moments among coworkers after a long shift, after a really rough day. So
yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Isa Briones, who plays Dr. Santos, she's on Broadway now.
Right.
And people are commenting on all the videos of it saying anything but doing the charts.
Perfect. What did you think?
I thought it was great. I mean, like you said, it's very emotional. It hits you hard a lot of the time. I really enjoyed Dr. Abbott coming in and basically doing a let there be light moment. I like seeing Langdon finally show some vulnerability and not just doing a scripted apology, which feels like what he's been doing the whole time. Right. I like seeing, they're kind of showing everyone's doubt this episode, right? That's kind of the theme of this episode, I think. Good you have Javadi doubting that she can do the brain surgery thing, the not brain surgery thing. You have Dr. Al-Hashimi having to excuse herself. You have Langdon doubting if he should be back. You have Santos doubting if she can be okay without Whitaker there. You have what else? Mohan being like, I can't qualify. You have Ogilvie saying, right. I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I feel like I'm even leaving out some people, right? Like there's just so much doubt in this episode. That's kind of the overarching theme of this.
Donnie's good though. Donnie's just running.
Yeah, Donnie's
he's cool running.
You know,
he's a pro.
Yeah. I really like the night shift people coming in too. It's always like refreshing when they come in.
Cruise control now, baby. Dr. Cruz. He was great. I'm really excited to see. And
did you recognize him from Shrinking?
I haven't watched Shrinking. I think
he's a big character in Shrinking.
Oh, really? A big character. I heard a lot of chatter that, oh my God, people were like, oh.
No, yeah, he's one of the main characters.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize that. Oh, okay.
At least in the first season. I've only watched some of the first season.
Okay, yeah.
In the first season, he's one of the main characters.
Got it. Is he one of the doctors in Shrinking? Or
no, he's a patient.
Oh, okay.
But cool. More than that.
Cool.
No spoilers.
No. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people really enjoy that show. My wife and I checked it out, and it we have family in that. Both of us have family history in that part of the field. You know, not individual, but like family. Mm-hmm. And it was just like a little too close, a little too, I don't know. Yeah, it didn't work for us. So
I think to sell you on Shrinking, it's the thing that Harrison Ford, who doesn't give a shit about acting anymore, does because he wants to.
Sure.
And you could see his like childlike smile in certain scenes where he's like, I'm just having fun here, guys. And I think that's the joy of it. That's a big part of the joy of it.
It's just Harrison Ford, watching it because Harrison Ford.
He's just having fun, you know, and you could feel it. It's in the show.
Very cool.
So yeah, we got plenty of new people. I thought that was good. The fresh blood, the new intern. How'd you pull night shift on your first run? I know you're going to try to get me with Ogilvie. We'll talk about it later. Al Hashimi. I was just thinking, like, I don't like anybody this season. Like, everybody's just acting poorly this season.
It's a rough shift, man. It's a rough. Well, Perla, Princess, they're okay. Emma. Like we love Emma.
Yeah, that's true. I just mean like
Mel.
You know, I predicted early in the season that they were going to have Dr. Al Hashimi become more lovable and have Dr. Robby become less lovable throughout the season. They certainly did the latter. They made Dr. Robby less lovable throughout the season, but they did not do the former. I do not feel much attachment to Dr. Al Hashimi even after 13 episodes.
I think that's an interesting thing too. Is that this show doesn't. Anybody that they start to put on a little bit of a pedestal, they take down real quickly. Yeah. And that all of our characters are three-dimensional. They're real human beings with attendant flaws. Flaws and attendant, what's the opposite of a flaw? Cool, good stuff about
vibes. I don't know.
Vibes, yeah. and that nobody is... This isn't a show about two-dimensional characters, and whether even two-dimensional characters have growth. These are really real people. They're writing an approximation of what real people are like, which we are complex. We are full of contradictions, and one thing that gives us our superpower is something that can. Be hard on relationships or, cause complications in certain circumstances. So, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people are grooving on in the show is that there's a kind of an authenticity with the way the characters are being written.
Yeah, we don't need the characters to be perfect. I mean, the way that, in House, Dr. House is a drug addict and has a lot of issues that stem from his addiction. But like, he always gets the case, right? Like pretty much every time he figures it out. And I like that you don't know if the patient's going to be saved in this. You don't know if they're going to make a mistake. A bad mistake, right? Like, I mean, Ogilvie made a mistake and somebody died on his first day.
Right.
Which, as much as, well,
after he was exposed to TB.
Yeah.
He
had a bad day.
Poop explosioned.
Let's save our Ogilvie talk for after feedback. I know you pulled a feedback here and I see you edited it a little bit. So I'm going to tell you to,
right. Okay. Fair enough.
Because I don't know what your notes mean.
Nothing from Sarah this week, but we had a whole episode.
She did enough, right?
She did enough. And I'm really, and shout out to the Nerd Herd. Whoop, whoop. That is her, word for this community is Nerd Herd.
I heard you in real time think to yourself, that's mine now. I'm taking that.
I love it. I think it's great. So we did get an email from a longtime subscriber. Thank you, Ken W. Ken has been around since the early days, since the dawn, since the before the time of the Silmarils. Ken's been around. And Ken says, hello, absolutely love the show. to go from an award-winning all about the A&E and its patients, and that translation is accident and emergency. So in some Commonwealth countries, they use A&E rather than ER or ED. Drama, care, and outcomes to pivot to it's all about those who work in the A&E takes cojones. Anyway, that's not really why I emailed you. The good old US of A health system is one of greed and F the person. I'm on Symbicort. This is continuing Ken's email. I'm on Symbicort inhaler, on a Symbicort inhaler. And to buy over the counter here in Ireland, it's €23, about $26. And I'm on a drug payment scheme where I only pay €80 a month in my monthly meds. And if they go over that amount, where I only pay 80 if my monthly meds go over that amount, and they do. I won't go on a rant, just to say Happy Easter to one and all in the Lorehounds Tower.
Happy Easter, Ken. And yeah, medical bills are no fun. They're no fun. I am in a very lucky place in my life where I have very good health insurance. But I've had less good health insurance. And boy, I had a kid under my good health insurance. And before that, I had a kid on my not good health insurance. Mm-hmm. And one was like $5,000 or $6,000. And then the other one was like $100 in copays. Yeah. It's insane. Like, yeah. And that just shouldn't be. Everybody should be able to afford it.
I really, as a small business person, right? I have my own solo practice outside of the podcasting thing. Then we have the podcasting thing. And my wife was for a long time, she was employed at various periods and then as independent. We've patchworked our insurance. And then recently got on federally supported healthcare, meeting those qualifications. I always forget, is it CAID or CARE? I always get the two confused.
CAID is for the income-based. CARE is for over 65.
And I tell you, man, having just a simple, straightforward health insurance, it makes me more economically productive. It makes me a better parent to not only my child, but my child's, friends and in our community. It gives me the mental, like I don't have to worry about my job and my health insurance. I can participate in my community in various civic way, just like not having to have that burden of what if I lose my job and maybe I'm indifferent about my job, but that is my health care.
Yeah.
That stress loading on a huge portion of our country, you just think about the economic development that could be unleashed if employers didn't have to burden this, if people weren't spending huge 20-30% of their take-home pay to cover their self-insurance. It is so just ridiculous from a hey, we're a country all about business kind of standpoint. You know what I mean?
It's just this is not a political podcast, but people would rather pay 30% of their income towards premiums and copays than they would pay 10% more in taxes.
Exactly. Right.
Anyway.
And you just think about the think of where that economic potential is being sucked up by, where if small business people or if you had job mobility, all of these things, they're like, it's an invisible thing in our society that just,
I think it's very visible now. I think people
it's becoming more visible, but like once you start to, if you think about it and you start to unpack it, then you're like, whoa, it's everywhere. But you can just go about your daily life and you just have the stressor of it, but you don't actually understand the macroeconomic impact on a nation's productivity and well-being and happiness index and all of that kind of stuff. So anyway, sorry, Ken, I went on a rant for you.
I approve of the rant. Let's take a break.
Yes.
Let's take a break and then let's get right into your favorite character, Ogilvie. We're back. David, I just have to tell you, if I had a gun with 2 bullets and I was in a room with Curtis Larson, Doug Driscoll and James Ogilvie, I would shoot Ogilvie twice. That's my favorite Michael Scottism. Just, if anyone's listening, no, I would not shoot anybody. But anyway, I know you were asking me, like, I'm curious what you think about Ogilvie after this episode. You had said that to me offline.
Yeah. And Sarah and I talked about it a little bit too. Like how do we frame Ogilvie, right? How is he? Do we see Ogilvies in real life? And yeah,
you absolutely see Ogilvies in real life in any profession. I would say he is currently in the dark night of the soul part of his arc. Mm-hmm. I don't think they're going to resolve that this season. Mm-hmm. I think you're probably right that they're doing a multi-season redemption arc for him. Mm-hmm. Until they do the redemption part, I still hate him. I just gotta say it. Like, he hasn't. Being sad doesn't mean you were less of a bad person that day. You know what I mean?
Being sad because you missed something, right?
Yeah, being sad that you were incompetent doesn't make you less incompetent or less of a bad person. Not that he's a bad person for the incompetence. Like, that was an honest mistake. But
and their systems were down, and the guy didn't. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of Whitaker goes through all of that. They would have caught it, but for.
Right. And honestly, though, somebody pointed out, like, Mohan was his supervisor. Mohan should have been making sure that he did everything he was supposed to do.
Exactly.
And
especially on his first day in this, complex environment. So
right. And that's another reason why, as much as Robby approached Mohan inappropriately about her mom issues, he was right in that you can't be distracted in this job.
Right.
You cannot. If you are having panic attacks about this, you need to go home. And she should have probably listened to him then.
And if he had approached it in a supportive and in a way looking after her best interest, which is the best interest of the emergency department. Hey, let's have a talk. Do you need to unpack anything? Can I be a listening for you so that you can unload? Okay, is it too much? Then okay, let's see if we can get your shift covered. Whatever. Right. Like, be supportive, not like scream at her about her mommy issues.
Exactly.
Which is only undermining her further. Which is only then even more degrading the quality of care that she's able to provide.
Right. Yeah. No, it's definitely a Robby problem here. I mean, he's the one who's supposed to be looking out for his underlings and seeing if they are showing signs of distraction or otherwise not performing at a high level. And the buck does stop at him, right? And so I don't want to put too much blame on Mohan here. I'm just saying this was a failure across the spectrum here,
from the institution all the way down through the staffing.
So yeah, my point is, like, do I have sympathy for Ogilvie? Do I have empathy for Ogilvie? Sure. I hope that we see in season 3 he comes back, he didn't quit, and he treats patients quite a lot differently. Mm-hmm. And I think that's probably what they're going to go
differently.
For. Treats himself differently, treats patients differently, doesn't bring a book. The book thing, I think that's just funny. That's not like a character flaw. He just didn't know if they were going to have him doing hands-on stuff his first day. That's fine.
Bring a book. Everyone should bring books where they get.
Right. I just bring my little baby book reader, but yeah.
I wonder if that baby book reader also kind of fills that sociological, like, I'm looking at an electronic device rather than.
It does.
It's like carrying a fake cigarette.
Day with it. Mm-hmm. I was on the bus the other day with it, and somebody was like, "That's a tiny phone." I was like, "I'm just reading a book." They were like, "Rah." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay."
Funny.
You're the one who started the conversation, buddy.
I think it was interesting too that Whitaker was the one who went out to check on Ogilvie, and that sort of follows with how Robby was supporting Whitaker earlier on in the season of being a leader and being a kind of guy to help fulfill those, be that a little emotional bridge here and there and supportive. Remember, he did the little death remembrance thing with Joy and Ogilvie. Yeah. So it's just a further extension of Whitaker's development as an emergency doctor.
I think that Whitaker and Robby are becoming like Ged, where it's like good and bad side of the same person.
Wait, okay, well, I guess Robby would
I think Whitaker is becoming good Robby, and Robby is becoming Darth Robby.
That's funny. The Padawan and the Apprentice. Speaking of, we're about to start our coverage of Maul on Star Wars.
Robby is Anakin becoming Darth Vader, and Whitaker is Ahsoka.
I love it. That is perfect. That is a perfect Lorehound thing to fold into our conversation here.
If you didn't know Anakin was Darth Vader, sorry, it's been out for 30 years.
Spoilers.
40 years, right? 40 years? As of next year, 40 years.
Wow. Oh, it's going to be another, we have 60 years of Star Trek this year. And we're going to have, if we have 40 years of Star Wars next year, it's another big year for anniversaries.
You're going to be able to find an anniversary wherever you look for. That's when you were like, I'm going to start doing anniversary stuff. I was like, good luck. Good luck. You're going to find them all over the place.
I want to do more. It's just like, if we could do this full time, then I would. I'd have more time for that side project stuff. Anyway, speaking of Dr. Robby, let's talk a little bit about him. There's a lot of conversation about his arc and what's going to happen this year, about whether, what his trip means, and is he actually, on a one-way motorcycle ride to the emergency department himself. That aside, we talk about that in a second. The thing that's really pissing me off about Robby is that Noelle, the nurse that he has a relationship with, she's a real one, and Robby needs to work his shit out and be with her. She
does seem like she's good for him.
She is the perfect partner for him. She understands the job. They could support each other. They would have they have a lovely chemistry and a dynamic. She's into him. She is so into him. And it's like, bro, get your head out of your ass, because right in front of you is a perfect relationship. So I'm very mad at him about this.
Yeah, it's tough watching him completely botch that.
Do you have any thoughts about his arc that as we have it now? Do you think he's acting suicidal, or is it just?
I think it's more of a cry for help kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he really does need help, and I think probably this season is going to force him to confront that. I think the finale is going to force him to confront that.
I'm trending that this is about him wrestling with quitting as the head of the department and as an emergency physician. I don't think it's about him quitting his life. I think it's about him quitting his career, and he can't quite get himself there.
I don't know. They have made it very clear that he's basically separated from all his bonds. His protege, Langdon, he's gone. He broke up with his relationship. His mentor is gone. His ex-girlfriend and his not son, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem like he's cutting off all his relationships here. I'm not saying he's definitely suicidal, but he's showing concerning signs that should be addressed by a mental health professional.
Sure. And I think, to me, what the writing, my prediction, my internet wager points are, is that this is about him coming to grips that he needs to leave the job for a time period and to reset himself.
He is one comment away from Dana sending him on a grippy socks vacation.
What is that?
You never heard that?
No.
Involuntary psych hold, because you get the grippy socks.
Okay. I thought you were talking about like one of the, because when I take my daughter and her friends to the trampoline place, you have to get the grippy socks.
No. I'm talking about the psych people. You never heard that online? People joke about it. They try to make light of them having an involuntary psych hold. They're like, I went on a grippy sock vacation.
Never heard that. That is totally new to me. Yeah, my grippy sock experience is all about trampoline parks.
I mean, yeah. You
go to that other branded place.
I've gone to Chuck E. Cheese. Well, Chuck E. Cheese has trampolines too, and they make you wear the grippy socks. But if you pay for the trampoline zone, they give you the grippy socks.
Oh yeah, no, the ones that we go to, you can bring your own, but yeah, no, that's part of how they make money, because the markup on them is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, but they will give them to you at Chuck E. Cheese. But anyway.
All right, so
I have a lot of Chuck E. Cheese socks. I don't buy socks anymore. No.
Just go to Chuck E. Cheese all the time and just get your kids socks.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It's worth it.
Any thoughts on Dr. Al-Hashimi?
I think I said what I wanted to say. Okay. I don't care for her that much. If she didn't show back up next season, I wouldn't be devastated.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that they had done more with the character this season. Now that we're close to the end, I'm feeling very cheated of a good character arc.
Interesting.
They're clearly leading towards some kind of, twisty kind of thing with her freezes. I don't know what that is. I'm hoping that it pays off, but I don't feel like they've done the work to make me really like her or not. And I think it's the writing and directing making her very robotic.
Okay.
I saw somebody do an impression of her online, and they went, Dr. Santos, the patient's feet are growing back. This is a good sign. Like it was just very robotic. And I was like, oh my God, that's what it is. It bothers me that she never, ever shows emotion. And also, I don't love that she was giving. First of all, anytime anyone messes with McKay, I want to fight them physically. McKay is my gal, and she implies that McKay is judgmental. I've never met a more judgmental doctor than, well, maybe Garcia, but then Dr. Al-Hashimi, or maybe that mean surgeon that came in earlier. I don't remember his name.
Park the Shark.
Yeah, but she,
or the whole time, Javadi's mom. Javadi's mom is pretty judgy.
Whose mom?
Javadi's mom is pretty judgy. Yeah. But
only on her own daughter, right? Whereas, that's not true.
She called it street medicine.
Yeah, that's not great. But you know what I mean? Like Al-Hashimi, like she's walking around being like, Dr. Robby, what's wrong with you? This, that. Dr. Santos, why aren't you charting? I'm going to hold you back a year. What the hell is that? The whole Langdon situation. Like, I would be pretty troubled by that too. But, she is walking around doing a lot of judging. And I don't know. The minute she brought up AI, I was already like, don't trust you. Don't trust you. Don't put AI in medicine. This is not a good thing.
Fair enough. Well, we'll see what happens, and I am nervous about them finding a landing spot for her story arc to see how this whole neurological PTSD shell shocky thing is going to resolve. My feeling is that it's going to be, what's the word? I don't want to say, it's not judgy or preachy. It's that sort of expositional thing that they do. Well, yes, in the incidence of this and that, here are the statistics, and this is how people are affected by it, right? It's that that illumination that the show does about particular conditions or circumstances. So,
I don't think it'll be PTSD because that's going to be a psychiatric treatment, and she's calling a neuroscientist.
Right, and I think that my theory from before is that they're interlinked.
It could be.
The two things are interlinked.
I wonder if, she was possibly there for a bombing, right? That was the whole thing. And so I wonder if she, had head trauma. And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And at the same time, she's reacting. She's like listening to the wheezing breath, or she's, sees the baby. And so the two things are triggering off of each other.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the prequel series where we watch her, in a war zone.
That would a lesser network would totally go that route.
You think that they're above that? I don't think that they're above that at all. I think that we are like 2 years away from a night shift spinoff.
Network. Well, here's my prediction. This is something I was thinking about. What if season 3 is this night shift carrying on directly from here, and then season 4 is the day shift coming back?
I don't know.
Because we got Cruz, we got Ellis, we got Abbott. And they could do a shorter one. They could do like an 8 episode or something, and then kick us off again.
I don't know.
I want to hang with the night. All I'm saying is I want to hang with this night shift.
I do too. I think that they should just do a full spinoff of the Night Crew. Everybody wants Dr. Abbott.
Full spinoff? No, it's just a different season, I would think.
Different season, but you're not going to have Robby for a season. I feel like he's the draw of the show.
Abbott? Come on. Abbott and Cruz and Ellis?
I do think they could hold it, but I do think that like they would make that a spinoff because they'd want the main show to remain the Noah Wyle experience.
Sure. That's why I'm saying like a short bridge season with the night shift.
Season 2.5.
Yeah, and then 3 is Robby.
But then just call it the Pitt night shift, and then it's a spinoff.
Yeah, no, but a spinoff means that it's its own. It goes off to its own and it has its own life. as opposed to just because what are we going to do every season? Just do the same thing over and over again? We got to move it around.
There's going to be new patients. Yeah, we're going to do another shift over and over again. There's going to be new patients. There's going to be new
doctors,
weird events, new doctors. Yeah,
right.
I think that's right. And you just have to have Noah Wyle there holding together this.
Maybe this whole thing with Robby is the show holding our hand to, prepping us for Noah Wile's departure. Like it's like meta.
Do you really think he's going to depart though? This is like the biggest thing of his career already.
Yeah, but he's an EP on this, right? So he's riding. He's riding.
He's winning Emmys. I don't see it. He's not leaving.
Him giving it up. All right,
he's not leaving right now. He's at the height of his career right now.
Well, speaking of people leaving, Mohan is certainly having a bad day. And
the way she shreds her application was hilarious. Is that a chart? No, it's my application for. I only had one paper published. Like the way she was like, "Oh, fuck me."
Yeah, and Dr. Henderson is just so like. He's just on his game.
Yeah.
Right? He's just, he has it.
The way he says to Langdon, hold on, we could just do it like this. And I've never seen Langdon be so outdone before.
Right.
Right? Like Langdon's usually the brainiac stopping you from messing up. But this time Langdon had to be corrected. And I think that was like, I will say brilliant writing. A way to show us the competence of another doctor is to have them correct one of our most competent doctors.
Right. And a doctor whose first day back in this department after 3 months or however long it was.
Yeah.
Struggling because he's out of shape, physically and mentally to deal with the pace of what goes on in this department. And so, he was, intubate. And it's like, wrong answer. I think that's something I wanted to ask Sarah about too, was why shouldn't They
said that. They said it could cause cardiac arrest.
Right, but I want to understand more about asthma and how asthma works, and then like what I have questions. That's what I'm saying.
All right, well, save it for Sarah.
Exactly,
because I don't know.
And then so back to Mohan. She's so she gets connected to her patients, and then when you have with the Diaz family and that whole that was just brutal when Mr. Diaz's wife came in and she's like, I brought him a sandwich. And did he get a room yet? And you're just like, oh, man, this is going to suck. So her whole world changed in that, right?
I also appreciated that Mrs. Diaz was like, why couldn't you stop him? Like, she showed some anger at first, but then softened when she realized it was all his decision.
Yeah. And that's rough.
And of course, Robby going, he probably killed himself. Like, just what the fuck is wrong with him? But at the same time, like, Dana was right to stop him.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think anyone in this ER has a right to yell, to tell someone, why are you talking about patients in the public area? They do that the whole day.
Yeah, but not in, I think that was unique.
Not in the callous way.
Yeah. Well, and in a way that was... Yeah, because they were talking about what's the patient's name with the little boy? I got to look it up on the show tracker.
Brenda Azurmendi.
Yeah, Azurmendi about that. But then, like, he was just openly speculating where, at least when they've talked about her, they were like, okay, she did this, right? This is what happened. And then she walked out into traffic and that's why she's on a hold, as opposed to, oh, he probably killed it or she probably did,
Yeah.
She wasn't shouting out anything like that in the middle of the department. So
it's not great.
The one thing I was thinking about though with Mohan is that, and this goes to Ogilvie as well, and Joy Kwan as well, that the ER is not for everyone, and that's okay. Right? It's not necessary. You do your rotation, you get that experience, that's awesome. Yeah. And if it's not the place for you, it's not the place for you, and there's no shame in that. So if this is not, if Mohan, and Mohan's looking for her next thing, that's fine. Like, there should be no shame or stress or guilt around making decisions. If Ogilvie says, hey, this is just too much for me, that's fine. I don't think anybody should second guess somebody's ability.
That's right. This reminds me of when I was in high school. I think everyone has this experience. When you're in high school, all the teachers encourage you to go into teaching.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah, that sounds great. Because that's the only thing you've ever known, right? Is you've just interacted with teachers the last 12 years, 13, whatever. And then you go to college and you're like, oh, there's a lot of other options. And I think that, as much as Whitaker goes like, oh, you don't have to run off. But like, we don't need everybody to be an ER doctor.
No.
That's okay. If he wants to do peds, do peds. If he wants to do primary care, do primary care. We need more good primary care doctors. Have you 100%. Tried to get a primary care appointment recently? It's like crazy. Months waiting lists.
Yeah.
Don't hog all the doctors, Whitaker.
Yeah. Share alike.
Right. And like, if he wants to be able to read a book on his lunch, then he should probably do primary care. Right? Yeah.
Any thoughts on Nurse Emma Nolan after her first day?
I mean, she was really gentle with Digby.
Yep.
Digby. Of course, his preference, only Digby. I thought that was a really moving scene with him when she's cutting his hair and he's like, I haven't looked like this in years. And like, what is his situation where his daughter's living in his old house?
Right. And then he's whatever. Yeah.
He's like, wherever I want. But like, it's so mixed, and I think it's smart that it's mixed, right? Where he's in one breath, he's like, I love this freedom. And in another breath, he's like, I miss this person that I was.
Mm-hmm. And living rough is rough, right? I mean, look at what brought him into the ER that day, right? It was an extreme circumstance.
Right.
I will say that the little shot composition of over the shoulder of Digby looking at Emma, and then he holds up the mirror to his face, and then we see his face mirrored with Emma, made me cry. It was just like, oh my God.
It was a sweet moment. Yeah.
I took a picture of it and put it in our Discord. It was so good. It's such a beautiful shot composition. It's such a great piece of visual storytelling and just really clever. I'm sure I doubt that they storyboarded that or had a notion of that. And that was something that came up in the moment.
Yeah, the director was like, all right, sit right there, Emma.
Perfect. Yeah, great. So just really, kudos to the production and just all of their camera work all season long. It's been pretty awesome.
And we're probably in the episodes now where they were shooting these when the season was already on.
Right.
Because they were shooting the last few episodes.
Right.
In January, yeah.
And yeah, I think Emma's going to go home and crash because she's on a high right now. And it's a good thing that Dana sent her home because she completed her shift. But like, I remember Mohan last season afterwards, she was like, oh, let's go. Like, it's like, no, you're on a high right now. Mm-hmm. And in a minute, your body's going to give up.
Right.
Give up the race. So
that was a good moment in season 1. I forgot about that. That's a good comp.
I don't remember Langdon, treating Santos like shit, but I remember that one. I don't know why. Who knows what sticks?
Langdon was pretty bad season 1. Yeah, I need you to go back and watch a couple episodes from season 1, from late season 1.
Yeah. Ooh. Maybe if somebody's got a supercut of Langdon and Santos that would on YouTube's that would be helpful. And I just think of the writing that they've done for Emma is just so great. Just a rich character. She was a great hand holder for us, for the exposition stuff and a lot of richness and somebody who clearly nursing is their calling.
Right. Any
additional thoughts on Langdon?
Langdon, I mean, it was a nice conversation he had with Mel. Mm-hmm. I like this Nisha, not Clarkson thing you put here. Yeah, that was a good moment.
Oh, Nietzsche. Oh, yeah, good. Oh yeah, no, yeah, totally.
Did you see there was a clip that had Mel's actor, what's her name?
I don't look up the show. Is it in the show guide? It should be in the show guide. The actor should be in the show guide.
Yeah, anyway. Point is, she was interviewed and
Taylor Dearden,
thanks. She was interviewed and they said, can you give us your best Baby Jane Doe? And she did. And then afterwards she looked so pleased with herself and I was like, you just are your character, aren't you? But it was also a Bryan Cranston grin and you were like, oh, that's your dad, right?
That's just, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's Bryan Cranston's daughter. We've talked about this before.
No, did we? No, we
didn't. We definitely have talked about this before.
No, I don't remember that. Oh my God, my memory is shot if we did.
And if you'll recall that scene, I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but in Breaking Bad, when they had the assembly where they were talking to the teachers about a tragic event that had occurred in the sky.
I don't remember that. Anyway.
Well, she was the one who asked the question, like, how do you deal with all this sadness or something like that,
Well, and that's McKay is a Nepo baby as well. And I'm not saying that in the negative way. I'm just, how do we say
approve
that?
of these Nepo babies.
Okay.
No, they're still Nepo babies. You know what I really like? Jack Quaid came out and was like, yeah, I'm a Nepo baby. I just try to like live up to it. Like I'm not going to deny that I was given a leg in by my parents. I just try to do a good job now that I'm here.
Our tax accountant that I use, my wife and I use, and the Lorehounds uses, actually is a Nepo baby. His father is a tax lawyer, right? So it's okay. Just because they're on screen doesn't mean anything.
Everybody gets a leg up from their parents if they choose the same career.
And it's a not uncommon thing. So fair enough.
I was the idiot who would choose a completely different profession.
And then you were like, oh, I got nobody to talk to or something with this. Any Javadi thoughts?
Yeah, she was able to finally do the surgery. It's not brain surgery.
It wasn't.
I guess technically not. I mean, look, my mom has had brain surgery. I've been around brain surgery patients. That shit is scary. Like, it's scary to go near the head. It just is.
Right.
I understand her confidence was shaken already. And she was tired and she was feeling scared. But like, I mean, this was, I think, a healthy push from Robby of like, you're not going to get another opportunity like this soon. I think you should take it. Like, you can do it. I believe in you. That is the kind of encouragement that I think is good. Not, what are you having a panic attack about your mommy issues? Right. I wish that this is the Robby that we missed this season, right? He hasn't been around very much.
Right. When he really believes in Javadi, and when he believes in you, I said this before in an earlier episode. When the sunlight of Robby falls upon you, it feels warm and lovely, and you want to grow. But when you're in his shadow, it's a cold and dark place, and it's not fun to be there. And I think that's the unevenness that he has as a mentor. I'm trying to think if I've told this story before on a podcast in the past, but I'll just a quick one. Daughter's first sledding experience. Sitting in the top of the little hill. It was at schoolyard. This is pandemic. I think this was the pandemic winter. And she'd never been on a sled before, and she was really excited to go. And then at the top of the hill, all ready to go, starts to bulk. And I just reach out with my foot and I tap the back of her sled and just send her down the hill. And she's like, she gets to the bottom of the hill and she's like, that was amazing. That was great. And it was like one of those things where as a parent, I'm like, is there real fear? Is there like a real concern here? Or is this just sort of new experience jitters? And as a parent, what's the line? What's the line of that was cruel and mean? Or that was the little thing that helped your kid see a new possibility?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough making those decisions in the moment, especially because we're all flawed people with our own emotions and our own anxieties.
And that things that we're reacting to from our past. Well, my father did it this way, so I'm going to do it the opposite. Right. Well, then you're still doing it. You're just doing the opposite of it, but you're still in the you're still locked into the dynamic of that way that it was done.
Yeah, I try to ask myself, is this a me problem? Is it me? Am I the problem?
Yeah, that's great. Good self-reflecting, yeah.
Or am I doing a good Baby Jane Doe?
Can you give me your best Baby Jane Doe? Baby Jane Doe! Of course you came to play. I love it.
I saw you on your phone while I was talking.
I was trying to get up Baby Jane Doe for you.
You got it. I love it. I do, though, think, wow, what an experience for Javadi. Not only to have Dr. Conley, who was, is a contemporary of Dr. Shamsi, Javadi's mother, but to, be that person to coach her through that. And it seemed like, yeah, the head is a scary place to be taking a little carpenter's drill thing, right? Obviously, it's a well-designed medical device.
Yeah, she says there's a safety stop, right? You can't go too far.
You can't go too far. And all of that is just, and it was all pretty straightforward, right? Just your angle here, do this, do that. But man, what an experience for Javadi to have.
Yeah, it's kind of like those good carpenter tools, right? The good ones will stop. They can show you with like a hot dog. You put a hot dog up to it, and it just immediately stops.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like the most you could do is scratch yourself.
Right. That's actually an electrical conductivity thing. I think I saw a YouTube on it one time. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was based on like the softness, but maybe I have no idea.
I can't remember now. Maybe I
don't know. It's great technology. I'm glad it exists.
It's
Stop
amazing.
cutting off fingers, right?
Yeah. You don't have your shop teacher like with the short one finger. Like that was like, oh, you're the shop teacher. Yep, you sure are.
Great.
Great. I don't think I'm taking your class. Santos. I was thinking Santos's her doctor superpower is her pessimism, is her darkness that allows her to see into patient circumstances.
I think that's great. You know what? It's interesting. It almost reminds me of Nathan Fielder, of the way that she will just ask the right questions to get people talking. And she goes, she's very good at okay. The same way he does it, right? Like just let them talk and seem like you're vibing with them.
Right. Don't react to block them.
Oh, okay. Like seem really interested. And that way they just talk. Oh yeah, how much do you take a day?
That would have been a good
okay.
That would have been a good opening line is us talking about sleep maxing. Because I don't think
sleep maxing
or sleep maxing much.
I mean, that was genius. The way she was like, "Oh, do you sleep max? Oh, you should." Like really make her feel comfortable talking about it.
Yeah.
Is it deception? Yes, but it also helped cure her. Well, maybe not cure, but figure out what's going on with her.
Solve the mystery. Apparently, that's Noah Wiley's actual wife in real life.
Oh, really?
Is the actress? Yeah,
that's
the actor who played that character. I don't know, but again, great social commentary on medical influencer and wellness culture that we have right now. And the conflicting thing is like, it's not wrong to want to seek some alternatives because the for-profit corporations that are making a lot of this stuff don't necessarily have your best interests at the heart at the same time.
Wash down the turmeric with some raw milk.
Oh man, it is such a crazy world out there, and they're just in your feeds. They're on your FYP. I'm not a big YouTube guy. It sounds like I'm a big YouTube guy, but I'm not. I'm not like I'll go on there for specific.
No, it's a whole culture. People will do that all day.
The forced ads that come at you for all of this stuff, I'm like, oh my God, this is just a cesspool of misinformation and hype and what's the thing? Oh, the thing today nowadays is like I'm getting a lot of is like clarity of thought and don't say this phrase in conversations. That's just shows your weakness. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? Anyway.
Well, I don't know. I mean, so with my cell plan, I currently have free Netflix with ads, but it would cost me like $16 a month to get it with no ads. So I just live with the ads. Mm-hmm, yeah. And I forgot how bad ads are.
Right, exactly. And here we are in an ad-supported podcast. So, subscribe.
But I listen to podcast ads and I'm like, these are actually not so bad. Like they're usually fine.
And we curate our ad site. Like we try to make sure that ours aren't like for casinos and things like that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the ones on TV are just like insane. I mean, they're just so like over hype level. Whereas I think podcast ads, this is just, I think the nature of the format are a lot chiller from my experience. And I think because they have access to your phone, they're a lot more targeted. So they annoy me less.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I was traveling over the holidays at the end of the last year, hearing the ads that I would be getting in my feed, in my podcast feed, because I changed.
Keep getting ads to visit your state, actually.
Oh, really?
Probably because I'm calling you.
Yeah. Well, and the Vermont is like, come. It's a beautiful place. Yeah. Spend your dollars here because we're a declining population state. So we need people to come and recreate.
What do you have to say, Bernie Sanders? What are you doing about it, Bernard?
Should we talk a little bit about the night shift? There's not too much.
Yeah, I mean the Dr. Tumarian was fun. That was a fun new addition.
Yeah, apparently there's a large Armenian community in California. And I saw some Reddit chatter about folks within that community. They're like, "Yay!" Like we're seen, we're connected. So pretty excited by her. Doctor or nurse.
No, she was not having it. She was not having it. Nurse Maga. Yeah. Sorry, I'll be quiet. It's Nurse Maga.
Nurse Peters. Yeah, she was. She's got a sour face when she gives you that stink eye. Boy, it's there.
She's like, ugh. I was like, shut up. Shut up with those eyes.
I also saw something interesting, some conversation around Abbott, Al-Hashimi, and Rabinovich. That I forget, Al-Hashimi, I think Hashimi is doctor or something like that. Or I need to do some more reading about that. But apparently they've picked names for these people. Abbott, right? A religious leader, Rabinovich, son of a rabbi. So I think Al-Hashimi is like, the family of the doctor or something like that. Somebody write in and correct me. So it's interesting that they've given all of our attendings these sort of high sounding names. So I'm loving Dr. Shen just walking around with his Dunkin' orders. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna stick a needle in your skull while I sip on my Dunkin'. Like, bro,
he is hilarious. I love him. And of course, I mean, do I even have to talk about Dr. Abbott aura farming all day? Like, he comes in, he's like, well, we still have the things, offline, and then he goes, well, now it's back online, just as I'm talking here. Amazing,
right, yeah, exactly.
That was his let there be light moment, but we learned that he can also be a strict person where he says, no, you have to scan in all your stuff before you leave. We're not going to be...
Oh, you're talking Abbott, not Shen.
Abbott.
Yeah.
We're not going to be stuck here.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we already talked about Dr. Cruz Henderson, who's the senior senior resident on shift. And
Dr. Ellis wasn't in this episode much.
Not much.
Kind of there.
Yeah.
She was more in the earlier season when she was taking a nap and then trying to impede the testimony.
Hopefully, that was funny. Hopefully we'll see her in a little bit more in these last couple of episodes. So
yeah, probably. I think so. Who else we got? We got more patients. Mr. Diaz was, of course, tragic. We kind of talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I don't think he was suicidal. I think he probably did fall.
It's easy to, the simple answer to me, like one simple option is he's stressed out, he's distracted, he's not feeling well, it's hot out, he's tired, he's had a long day, and he's working in a dangerous environment. Right? Misstep, right? How easy is it to get injured on a job?
Right.
I was helping my cousin, who is an actual contractor person, long ago, fixing doing a renovation in my parents' kitchen. And I fell through a floorboard because I turned around and I wasn't paying attention and I went boop down. Yeah. Right. So, it happens. It's very easy to get distracted.
Right. And, I mean, it's tough. He left against medical advice, and now he's, we said earlier in the season, like, they'd rather have him alive than not be in debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Than avoid bankruptcy. And now, it looks like they're going to avoid bankruptcy, but man, at what cost?
Yeah, it's rough.
It's really tough. And maybe they can handle the medical bills now, but can they handle their rent or their mortgage if they own? Right. Can they handle,
never mind the fact that they're a member of the family.
Well, that's what I led with was they would rather have him than the money.
Exactly. Because you can only make a stone bleed so much.
Right.
What's 100,000 to 200,000 in debt? There's no difference there. You're just in debt for the rest of your life.
Right.
So,
hello, my student loans.
So yeah, all of the patients all had like social commentary attached to them this episode. Diaz with that whole situation, with Barnhill with the asthma and the Haler and medical coverage, and Miss Davis, the turmeric lady. I think Digby is the only one that didn't have social commentary, and that was just emotional. Like, well, I mean, I guess there was some implied social commentary there about being unhoused.
And about being invisible to your family. A lot of people who, you assume they have no one. You assume that they are, like I think a lot of people get like, is this person going to be angry with an unhoused person? I mean, and frankly, not for lack of experience. Like I've had people get really mad at me. I've literally given a few bucks, everything in my wallet, a few bucks to a homeless person and had them be pissed at me because it wasn't enough. And like, and get like really aggressive and like call me names. And, and like, it hasn't stopped me from trying to do what I can anyway. But boy, does it make you cautious. Right. And so I think that's a lot of bias that goes into homelessness because of a few bad actors. And there's bad actors in every community, of course. And the Digby is showing a different side of it, of like a lot of people just kind of fall through the cracks like this. Right. He just thinks his daughter forgot him, and probably his daughter didn't forget him and would love to see him.
And there's a social impact too of living unhoused like that, and that affects how you conduct yourself and your relationship to yourself and what you're capable of. And I think it's very hard psychologically for people to live unhoused and in that circumstance. So anyway, I thought they handled Digby really, really well. In giving us that emotional juice that we come to the pit for. Yeah. I think we already talked about Ms. Davis as well. And the Barnhill thing with the asthma, I think that's not much more to talk about.
Yeah, we talked about the Langdon thing, which was the biggest thing in there. Is him getting corrected by, what's his name again? The new doctor.
Dr. Henderson.
Dr. Henderson, thank
Cruise
you.
Control.
Yeah, he's great.
That's it. That's the episode. Dr. Cruz is great.
That's the whole episode, huh?
That's it. I think we're done. I don't really want to get into hypertonic saline or halo signs or aerogen.
I truly don't know what any of that means. So, okay.
We can talk to Sarah. We'll rack up a list for Sarah.
Sounds good. There. Well, David, we had a great episode, I think, on our self-doubt episode.
Couple more. What are we? 2 left, right?
Yeah, 2 left. We're almost there.
I will be glad to end our shift.
Yeah, I'm ready for the season to be wrapped up.
Couple of, I guess, housekeeping things and news about town. We did a bunch of work on the Discord, and we have a new server tag. So if you're on the Discord and you want to have a little badge that follows you around, it's like wearing a lapel pin around Discord. If you're on other servers, you get a little thing that says LHND, Lorehound, next to your thing. Just go to the very top of the channel list and look for where it says the Lorehounds at the very top. And if you open that up, there's a little thing that you can called server tag, and you can adopt it, and it puts your Lorehound tag next to it. So, if you want to sport some fun flair, check it out.
Do it for David. He'll be happy.
Well, and who does it for us is our Discord server boosters. That's who does it for us, because we wouldn't have that feature without the support of Aaron K, Tiller the Thriller, Duve71, Athena Ajalea, Lestu, Nancy M, Ghost of Partition, Radioactive Richard, and Adrian. That said, one thing I kind of pre-thanked them. We didn't talk about what's happening schedule-wise on the Lorehounds. What do you got cooking?
Got plenty of stuff. We're going to be wrapping up the One Piece coverage. I think later today we're going to record one.
Okay.
You and I are doing, you already mentioned Maul, I think.
Yes, but we can re-mention it. We're going to be doing, Maul started today, and it's in 2 episode batches. It seems like the episodes are going to be about 20 to 30 minutes each for 5 weeks. And so we're going to do weekly coverage on that, and we'll have some rotating guests, and Alicia will be sending in lore bombs for us. So I'm really looking forward. We watched the cold open just before we got on the mics, and yeah, it's good. Excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I have to edit the Silmarillion story, but that's recorded in the can and ready to go. That'll come out soon. And
Alicia and I are recording a podcast that'll come out on the 10th of April for the new Riz Ahmed interpretation of Hamlet. A movie that takes Hamlet, sets it in London with a South Asian family. I watched it the other night. We were lucky enough to get some screeners, and man, it's a reinterpretation. It's something else.
That's good. It's good to have it,
It's not just dressed up, right? They didn't just dress it up and throw it in London. They actually organized it in a lot of ways, and it brings a lot of interesting insights. And so I was really pretty excited about the movie. It's great. I think Alicia and Jean and Luke have some Daredevil coverage. They're going to do a mid-season and post-season checkup. What else do we got?
Oh, we could talk about our affiliates. We got the Radioactive Ramblings boys talking about Invincible, and then eventually the boys. We've got our Nevermind the Music pals doing their weekly music and psychology coverage.
They just had an interesting sidetrack about family musical groups, which was a lot of fun. And I see some Fleetwood Mac coming up. Where are we? Dreams published. Yeah, next week, or actually this week, tomorrow, relative. Fleetwood Mac and grieving, the phased structures of grieving. That looks great.
That's a very interesting topic. I got to tune in for that.
Yeah. Looking forward to that one.
Plenty of good stuff coming on over there. You got the Properly Howard Newlywed season. Wrap it up, I believe.
They dropped an episode this morning, and it was Late Night with the Devil and The Exorcist. That'll be an interesting pairing. Yeah. So Freed can say, go check them out. They're good stuff there.
Nice.
You don't have to have watched the movie to listen to the podcast. That is half the fun.
But you do have to listen to us. Thank everybody. So our Discord server boosters, Aaron K.
I already did that.
Tiller you did that already?
I did. I did
right, you did. You did. You just didn't do the.
My segue was so smooth.
I was trying to do it. Yeah, I didn't even clock it. I'm half asleep. We do have to do the lore masters still, though.
Please.
Okay. Our lore masters: Some Martian, Michael G, Michelle ESC, Peter OH, Nancy M, Duve 71, Brian 8063, Frederick H, Sarah L, Gareth C, Andrew B, Kwang Yu, Nathan T, Sub-Zero, Aaron K, at Dally V, Mothership 61, Gnarls, Kathy W. Lestu, Jeffrey B, Elisa U, Ben B, Scott F, Stephen N, Julia F, Kali S, Ilmariel, Rocky Zim, Jessica A, Red Zippy, the TCS, Dopamini, Catch It, Ellen R, Mrs. Tennant, AC Wilson, Eli W, Cassie K, Chumbaruni, Katia, Josh Liu, Painting PDX, Corey G, Quinch, and Adrian. Thanks, everyone, for a great week of The Pit, and we'll see you for the next episode.
Bye. The Lorehounds podcast is produced and published by the Lorehounds. You can send questions and comments to lorehounds@thelorehounds.com. Get ad-free access to all Lorehounds podcasts on Patreon or Supercast, and connect with us on Blue Sky and join us on our Discord server. Links for everything are in the link tree in the show notes of this episode. Any opinions stated are ours personally and do not reflect the opinion of or belong to any employers or other entities. Thanks for listening.